24/7. My name is Niharika Valia and I am with you with the area of CAIIB examination, and we are covering the area of ABFM. So let's look forward to, and we were learning the processes of management. Under that, we had headed towards the area of the principles of management. We are done with the principles of both the areas. That is, we did the principles given by F.W. Taylor, that is Frederick Winslow Taylor, and he gave 5 principles, right? While the second one is Henry Fayol, who gave 14 principles. And now we'll be moving on towards the next level of principles, which are given by Max Weber. I think the bureaucratic principles of Max Weber, you'll be able to relate it way too much, because that is something, that kind of management led to the recruitment cycle that we deal with today. Every person who's applying for the government job, for the banking sector, we have to go through a specific examination. If we clear that examination, only then we are considered as someone who is eligible for the job profile, right? So all these things came from the ideologies, not exactly we can say, but yeah, a good part of it is based upon the principles which are given by Max Weber. Okay, before we look forward to that, let's understand who is Max Weber. Max Weber is basically a person who has given the bureaucratic theory, that is Max Weber's bureaucracy. So if we look forward towards the bureaucracy, what do you mean by the term bureaucracy? That means there is a particular set of rules and regulations while dealing with things, right? So bureaucracy can be defined as something which we look forward to in terms of the rules and regulations which are bound by a specific hierarchical structure. For example, especially I think the most rigid hierarchy you will find in terms of the army there, right? So you start from a specific position, then you go on to the next one, then the next one, depending upon your performance as well as the time that you have spent in that particular organization. That particular thing has been defined as bureaucracy. But when we look forward towards bureaucracy, what are the costs of the same? What are the benefits and what are the repercussions, or you can say the disadvantages of this particular setup as well now? So let's talk about what was bureaucracy as per Max Weber. Bureaucracy is basically an organizational structure, as I told you. For example, if you start your job in army there, you start with lieutenant in a country. Then you look forward towards the next level. First of all, you become captain. This is army. Then you become a major, and then you become lieutenant colonel. Then you become colonel. Then you become brigadier. That has been a defined positions that a person look forward to, isn't it? So that's how we define the entire area of the positions that a person can gain while working in army. In an organization, even we look forward to that. First of all, we define certain things which are management based, and how do they look forward to in terms of the management. This is what we talk about. Now, when we talk about the bureaucracy is basically an organization structure that is characterized by, they have many rules, they have standardized processes, they have procedures, and they have requirements. Okay, if you're joining army, there's a specific area in terms of the physical training. They have their age criteria. They have so many things. The same thing goes in the banking area as well. Everybody would have gone through the examinations. You gave the examination. Then first of all, you cleared the, if you're looking forward towards the PO level, that means first of all, you gave the examination, or the clerical level. Everywhere there was a specific notification that came out, and on the basis of notification, the person gives the examination. Then they move towards the next level, then the next level. Bank promotion examinations are definitely there. At the same time, the JAIIB, CAIIB examinations are there. What is it? These are standardized ways of growing up in the hierarchy of that organization. There's a process. We all enter our organizations at a specific age, or based upon the criteria of the age. The next level of promotion is also there. The time that you have served in the organization will also determine your growth. So all these things are there now. The number of desks, the meticulous division of labor. See, a few people would be involved in the area of recording the transactions. A few people would be involved in marketing. Few people in production. How do we define these things? The division of labor is possible because we have taken all these people undergoing through the era of okay, everybody has gone through tests, right? So while going through the test, we know what are their skills. So once you know their skill set, then you will divide the labor based upon their skill set, and this will help them a lot in their growth as well as the organizational growth. Because think about it, if a person is working in their area of interest, they will automatically grow, right? Then the next point is responsibility and clear hierarchies or professional and almost interpersonal interconnections between employees. But bureaucracy has one thing that which I could personally see. They talk about skill set, they talk about division of labor, they talk about growth in the organization. There are so many things this particular theory talks about. But there's one thing which I couldn't find here. That is the existence of an informal organization. Think about it. That's one of the disadvantages of Max Weber theory there, right? Because we are so lost in the rules, we are so lost in the regulations, we are so lost in choosing the right person for the right job there. There are certain things that we just overlook. What are those? Think about it. If you keep if I leave my phone with my laptop, what are the odds that both of these things would talk to each other? Zero. But if I sit around with a certain person every single day, there would be a regular talking with each other slowly and steadily. Either we'll become friends or either we might be having any differences, but we'll still interact. That means even though we start with the formal interaction, isn't it? It would end up being an informal interaction too. The bureaucracy is so rigid that sometimes, or rather sometimes or not, this bureaucratic theory is based upon the entire era of just working with the people. So this is where I think as a person, if I look forward towards all the eras, be it the era of F.W. Taylor's scientific management or general management by the Henry Ford, and then we have the Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy. I believe one of the best ones would be the general administration, because there Henry Fayol believed that humans are have their own ways of thinking, have their own ways of working. Along with this, he included the portion of humans' thought process towards the working in an organization, his loyalty, everything there. But while the other two theories are definitely something which talks about the scientific way of joining the people, then putting the people into the job, all those things are a part of this. So let's understand with this entire knowledge of the brain map. Again, was basically an aerial eye view of the bird's eye view of the Max Weber's bureaucracy theory. So let's understand it in detail now. Max Weber gave 6 basic principles. Among the following, the first one was task specialization. The second one was formal selection. Third one was impersonal. That means next is hierarchical layers of authority. Next is rules and regulations. And the last one is career orientation. These are the 6 principles which are given by Max Weber. Now, based upon this, the first thing, task specialization. What do you mean by task specialization? In terms of the Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy, one thing is division of labor. If I give the examination of the finance area, for example, I gave the exam to clear for the area of finance. My area of preparation is financing. So my forte, my job profile would be more aligned towards finance because I cleared the examination, recruitment cycle, all the important things based upon the area of finance. So my task specialization is totally taken towards the area of finance. That means whatever the particular person's skill set would be, the division of the labor would be based upon their skill set, their attitudes, their training, everything on the basis of that. Second is formal selection. People aren't selected just because they applied for the job. They are selected after a rigorous testing, right? You will look forward to the fact there would be proper written examinations, then there would be a proper interview, and then that particular person would be chosen or would be left alone. That is how we define the term the formal selection. In terms of formal selection, a particular person is chosen or not chosen to be a part of the organization as an employee based upon the scientific selection process, which they call as the formal selection. Anybody who would be doing the work for a longer period, the person who clears the examination would be chosen as an employee, and the recruitment will further turn into selection, because ultimately it's a recruitment process which leads to selection. Now, the next point is impersonal. See, under this now, what they do is they do not look forward towards the um, they don't look forward towards the working of the people with each other in terms of their interpersonal lives, or you can say personal interaction. Think about it. We are working together. As I just told you, if I leave my phone and my laptop together, they won't be talking. But if you leave two humans together in a room, they would definitely end up talking. That is, they might like each other, they might not. That is a different scenario, but people will still interact. That is how we define the term of impersonal. So that impersonality and personal difference is definitely there, and this is the thing that bureaucracy talks about. If two people are talking, then if two or more persons are talking, there is a communication, and that communication is also based upon the defined lines. That's how, if I have to talk to someone in the organization, I'll end up mailing them all the details, isn't it? So the mailing thing would be done. That is communication. Then hierarchical layers of authority. If I grow in the organization, I cannot grow by just being reluctant in terms of working, or in terms of, if I say that I want to grow further, what will happen? To grow further, the first thing is I'll start it from this level, then I'll go to the next level, then my superior, then super superior. So whatever that particular person is, my growth is based upon this path. That is how we define the hierarchical layers of authority, right? Your growth is already defined, where as soon as you join the organization, for example, any of you would have joined as PO there. If anybody joins as a clerk there, anybody has a specific job profile, what will happen? Everybody knows after clearing how many examinations, after how much time, the salary would increase, your position would increase, your responsibility, your any growth in the organization is clearly visible to you. That is why people are running towards these kind of bureaucratic jobs now, because your growth is already defined. You know how you look forward towards these jobs. How can we define our growth? That is something which is possible, but for that, a proper hierarchical levels, layers of authority are prepared way before the organization actually starts functioning. Next is the rules and regulations. Again, rigorous selection training is given. Selection is a basically rigorous process there. We choose people on the basis of scientific testing. Everything is done. And then you have regulations. Rules and regulations would mean that you are selected on a particular purpose. For example, there's a probation period as well, during which the particular person is evaluated, their growth is determined, their departments would be determined, especially on the basis of the probation period they are under. And then career orientation. Once you enter a specific career, if everything is already defined, you know where your path would go. That career orientation would be very strong when you look forward to it. I'm sorry. So the career orientation would be very stronger. If you the bureaucracy is basically all about, now the bureaucratic era is basically taken up in the government jobs right now, right? So the process of choosing these people, there's a written examination, then background check, everything is being done. And at the same time, if a particular person is asked what would you be after a certain period of time, he knows after joining, after how many years he would reach towards the next level, and then the next level. His growth would be already predetermined, and his caliber can define how quickly he can reach up the path in terms of the hierarchical structure of the organization. But still, this doesn't mean that he will never have an idea where he's going towards in terms of the organization, right? That's about the Max Weber 6 principles of bureaucracy. The first one is task specialization. So let's talk about task specialization first. Okay, Max Weber stated this particular principle of task specialization as, Max Weber argued that a well-functioning bureaucracy that has been designed with the division of labor in mind will be more efficient and productive than one without it. Think about it. If we talk about task specialization or division of labor, we divide the labor based upon their working, right? So if you divide the labor on the basis of one, two, three, four, their working is already defined. Now, one particular person working for one particular department for a very long period. This is how we define the division of labor. In terms of division of labor, the working is defined already. One particular person does that particular task for years to come. His work is already defined. That is, that labor becomes specialized in the job that he's doing. That is specialization. That specialization leads to a better growth. That is how we define the area of specialization. That is task specialization. Next is formal selection. In terms of choosing the people for the right job, there is a specific process. There are 5 steps towards the formal selection process in an ideal bureaucracy. Bureaucratic jobs, one person has to apply for that. They have to apply for these positions. There is a specific interview when you are being chosen. For example, if you're applying for the clerical job or the PO job, then there is a specific way of applying for that particular job in terms of the bank PO, right, or the bank the clerk job. There they have a specific notification. The notification would be issued. Then the person who's interested in it would apply for the job, and based upon that, he will go to the next level. Then the organization selects people from this pool of applicants to get hired, and then finding replacements as needed. There is a vacancy. As soon as there's a vacancy, the people who move up in the hierarchical structure, then their position is definitely empty now. If anybody is going up, then his position in the organization is empty. Now the lower position would be filled by someone else, right? So that's about the bureaucracy structure. Then in terms of the hierarchical layers, what are the hierarchical layers here? We can say in terms of the bureaucratic management, the managerial structure is organized into hierarchical layers. So it can be, okay, when we look forward towards this was the pyramid for the structure of the people there. This is uh, top, this is middle, and this is lower management. So these are the different kind of management that we look forward to. So the top, middle, and the lower management, which defines the hierarchy of an organization. So people who are working at the middle management, they're dreaming of becoming a part of the top management. How they are going to become that? They'll be looking forward to their growth. They'll be giving the examination for this particular area. That is how we define the hierarchical structure. These are the hierarchical layers of the authority. Right? Okay. So let's end the session today. We'll be looking forward towards the Max Weber's entire theory in the upcoming class as well. In the next class, we'll have a crux of it, and we'll do a specific MCQ testing for the same as well. So we'll be dealing with the entire portion of the Max Weber's theory and the other theories in terms of the compilation in the upcoming class. Right? So before I end my session, our batches for the CAIIB has started. So if you're looking forward to that, then you can check out our courses for the same. Let me just give you a brief about it. All you need to do is you need to go to our website, that is www.adda247, or you can open it up in our app. And in terms of the JAIIB and CAIIB, you can go to our CAIIB 2023 batch. Here you will find all the details of our English medium batch, bilingual batch, or the bilingual 2.2 batch is also begun. So you can look forward to both the batches. So for further details, all you can do is you can take up any of our batches. For example, you can take up the English medium complete batch, which includes all the subjects ABM, then we have BFM, then we have BRBL as well as ABFM. The timing for all the classes are defined here. You can use the code Y541 to get the discount here and purchase the entire pack at the lowest cost. At 81% discount, it would cost you 4799.80. If you're looking forward towards it, what you can do is, and at the same time, at this point of time, the CAIIB Mahapack is also available at double validity. So it's the perfect time if you're looking forward to the CIB. So JIB CIB Ka Maha Pack, you can go and you can also purchase the CIB Ka Maha Pack. This Maha Pack, which would include everything regarding the CIB examination, regarding the test series, regarding the details of every examination, then the revision batches, MCQs, case study batches, everything would be opened up for you. All you can do is both the bilingual and English medium batches, all the things would also be open for you. So you can use the code and you can click on the area of buy now. Currently double validity is going on. If you purchase the validity for 6 months, you'll get for 8 months, right? So you can use the code Y541, apply it, and you will get it at 7199.20. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly check it out on our website or in our app. And hurry up, the double validity is going to end on 31st. So before that, go ahead and look forward to our batches as early as possible, because this is the perfect time where you can purchase it for a very limited period of time. So it can help you in terms of your preparation, and it will boost you up in terms of your consistency in classes. So kindly join in and keep studying. Thank you everyone. We'll be meeting tomorrow at 7 a.m.